Welcome to Lex's World, and today I wanted to finish off our CBD topic talking about how to read CBD product labels and whether you can even trust what's in the bottle. There's little to no regulation of CBD products on the consumer end in most of the world in 2019. In the United States, they're not an FDA-regulated product currently. As a result, there's few standards in labeling, even just within the United States, but I'll try and give you guys some global general advice that'll work for everybody. One thing you can expect is to see the amount of CBD on the product displayed in milligrams. It'll usually describe the number of milligrams in the entire bottle. Then the bottle will explain how many milligrams of CBD there are per drop, or per milliliter, or per capsule, or per serving, whatever's applicable. And when it says serving, it then has to clearly explain what a serving is. If a product is not crystal clear on the label about this dosage and serving stuff, just move on to the next one. You also need to be careful with bottle sizes, serving sizes, and value for your dollar with CBD products. There's a huge price variance for no real reason between the different brands for the same amount of CBD. Liquids and oils are usually in tiny bottles between 10 and 50 milliliters, and a 10 milliliter bottle that costs $50 may have more CBD in milligrams than a 50 milliliter bottle that costs $80 once you work out the milligrams per milliliter math. The bottle may have all sorts of phrases on it like hemp-derived CBD or hemp extract. Seeing those words is fine and there's still CBD in there, but if you see the phrase CBD hemp oil, be suspicious because hemp oil is a totally different product and has no CBD in it. Hemp oil tends to come in much larger bottles between 100 and 500 milliliters. In terms of figuring out the right CBD dosage for your needs, whatever those needs may be, it's sort of trial and error. Too much CBD won't work properly and neither will too little. The average adult tends to consume somewhere between 15 and 35 milligrams per dose. This range covers the overwhelming majority of people in the overwhelming majority of weight brackets and medical conditions. Most people take around 20 milligrams per dose, though I've seen exceptions that go much higher. My advice is to start low on day one and work your way up every few days until you feel right. Now, if you buy a particularly high-end CBD product, it may even have on the bottle a batch number or a QR code. The batch number tells you which lab testing batch the product belonged to, and the QR code is even better because it'll link you directly to what should be a third-party lab test report for that particular batch, telling you exactly what the test results were. The next three terms to know are isolate, full spectrum, and broad spectrum CBD. It'll usually say one of these terms on the label or in the description of the product. Isolates are the rarest, and isolate means that you're getting just one cannabinoid in the bottle, which should either be CBD or its non-decarboxylated precursor, CBDA, and nothing else, which is cool, but most people prefer full spectrum CBD oil, which is an extract that contains all compounds found naturally occurring in the cannabis plant, including terpenes, fatty acids, and all of the cannabinoids, with CBD just being the most abundant. Broad spectrum is like full spectrum, but with all traces of just THC totally removed. It's useful for people who want full spectrum but have a THC allergy, for instance, or cannot have any THC in their bloodstream at all for some other reason. There are reasons why a person or manufacturer may have use for something like a CBDA isolate that's dosed out perfectly, but it's typically not for straight consumption or for a medical need. It was believed 15 years back that an isolate of one particular cannabinoid, whether THC or CBD or any other one, was more effective than a spectrum type product, but this is wrong. Surely anybody who's watching this in 2019 is familiar with the entourage effect of cannabinoids as just one explanation of why that's wrong. By and large, full spectrum CBD is the most popular product type and the one that I recommend. But with all those specifics laid out, let me give you guys the dark side of CBD products and their labels. These products have extremely poor accuracy standards. A 2017 study published by the Journal of the American Medical Association found that out of 84 products purchased from 31 online CBD retailers, only 31% were accurately labeled. 43% of the products contained more CBD than stated on the packaging, and 26% contained less than stated. CBD oil products had the highest accuracy, still only at a 45% success rate, while CBD vape juice products had a mere 12.5% accuracy of label versus actual test result. A less scientific test run by NBC, where they purchased 35 CBD products from 7 different companies, found really similar results. Of the 35 samples tested, 20 of them had less than half of the amount of CBD advertised on the label. Some samples had no CBD at all. Sometimes when labs do these surprise tests, there's also more THC than is legally permitted to not be considered a THC product. These are discouraging facts all around, and it's easy to chalk it up to a little regulated industry that has many bad players. But while there's some bad apples, most of the discrepancies are actually caused by a lack of knowledge. As those of you who watched my Growing CBD Dominant Strains episode understand, just growing a CBD-rich strain successfully and actually having it test high CBD has obstacles. Extracting out the THC, then storing and transporting the final product, especially in bulk, has complexity too, and mistakes are made a lot. For my end, all I can do to protect you guys is say, shop carefully and really investigate a potential CBD product that you're getting. Is the label and description clear and specific? Can you obtain the lab readout for the product easily? Are the lab tests third party and do they appear complete? What happens when you go to the CBD brand's website? Does the brand appear transparent? Do they have contact info? You really got to go deep to find the 1/3 good apples. Alternatively, I'll link down in the video description to one international distributor whose CBD products I would trust. But while you're digging around in the video description, please also check out my sponsor, T&B Naturals, makers of products like the Enhancer CO2 system for your garden. Otherwise, guys, this is the last time I'll see you pre-420, so have a great and safe 420. I'm going to try and do a live stream from Vancouver on 420 this year on YouTube, starting around 3 p.m. Pacific time, and we'll see how that goes. To catch that without fail, even at 420 level bakedness, be sure you're subscribed and have notifications from me turned on. Otherwise, hit that like button if this was useful, and maybe we'll see you on 420.